When this matchup was first revealed, it sent shockwaves through the boxing world. In one corner stands Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a three-division world champion whose ferocious knockout power has humbled even the most seasoned opponents. In the other corner, Jake Paul, the internet phenomenon turned headline-making fighter who's built an empire on controversy, confidence, and the ability to turn doubters into viewers. This isn't just another night under the lights. It's a full-scale collision between pure boxing pedigree and modern-day celebrity showmanship, a test of legacy versus influence. The announcement alone has already ignited fierce debates across gyms, podcasts, and social media timelines, leaving fans divided over what this fight truly represents. Some call it a bold evolution of the sport. Others see it as a dangerous spectacle. Either way, everyone's watching, and that's exactly the point.
Oh, he's towering. Oh, nah.
Who is the biggest star in boxing?
Oh, shit.
Traditional boxing loyalists haven't held back. To them, this matchup is nothing more than a sideshow, a flashy distraction from the sport's long-respected traditions. They see it as a circus act designed to sell tickets, not showcase true skill. But on the flip side, Jake Paul's massive fan base views this moment as his biggest opportunity yet, a real chance to prove he belongs in the ring with elite fighters. To them, this isn't about hype or headlines, it's about legitimacy, about finally earning respect from a sport that's never fully accepted him. And between those two perspectives lies the real story, a fight that's as much about perception as it is about punches.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest, online.
Adding even more tension to an already explosive build-up, Gervonta Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has sounded the alarm before the first punch is even thrown. During a fiery exchange on the press tour, Ford went off about a last-minute equipment change, the switch from 10-ounce gloves to 8-ounce ones. Visibly frustrated, he said, "Why couldn't y'all take 10? He already had 8. He's giving up 4 ounces of the gloves, and I've got to say this because people are betting real money here. You get what I'm saying?" The comment has sent shockwaves through both camps, sparking debates across the boxing world. Fans are now asking the obvious question, is the playing field being quietly tilted in Jake Paul's favor before the bell even rings? Or is this just another masterclass in controversy, a calculated move straight from the Paul brothers' playbook to stir chaos, fuel headlines, and drive up pay-per-view numbers? Either way, the gloves debate has become its own battle, one that's already shaping the story before a single punch lands.
You guys were the ones that wanted 12-ounce gloves, not me. I'll do 8. Fuck, I'll do 4. I'll do 2 ounces. I'll do bare knuckle. Like,
I wasn't aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that he can handle himself.
Then came the leak that sent social media into meltdown. A short clip, reportedly captured inside Tank Davis's training camp on day 1, hit the internet and instantly went viral. What viewers saw didn't look like a fighter easing into preparation. It looked like a man already locked in, ready for war. The footage showed Davis arriving in silence, no flashy entourage, no distractions, just a stone-faced focus that spoke louder than words. From the very first drill, his intent was clear. His movements were sharp, his footwork crisp, and when he hit the heavy bag, the sound was like thunder in motion, compact, explosive, each punch snapping with surgical precision. Fans slowed the footage frame by frame, studying the torque in his hooks and the ferocity behind each strike. Then came the brief sparring glimpses, Davis slipping punches, countering with pinpoint accuracy, and showcasing that trademark speed that's dismantled champions before. The reaction online was instant and electric. Comment sections flooded with takes like, "Jake Paul might want to think twice about this one," and "That's not a warm-up, that's a declaration." To many watching, one thing became clear, Gervonta "Tank" Davis isn't training to entertain. He's training to end this fight before it even begins.
If he the one said that, I'm going to go with that. I wasn't aware of that.
no, the 12-ounce came from your guys' side.
No,
and
it's
I
not.
On God, perfect. Then what do you want? 10?
No, I didn't say that.
So 10 ounces.
It don't matter to me. It don't
Perfect.
matter.
It doesn't matter to him. So
It don't
back to
matter.
what I always wanted, which was 10 ounces. Great.
The biggest debate now isn't just about what the footage showed, it's whether it was ever meant to be seen at all. Some believe the leak was no accident, but a calculated power move from Team Davis, a silent message aimed directly at Jake Paul, "This is what you're walking into." A warning shot meant to shake confidence before the first bell rings. Others, however, argue it was an honest mistake, an unfiltered glimpse behind the curtain that slipped out before anyone could stop it. But regardless of how it surfaced, one thing's for sure, the video changed the tone of this fight overnight. What began as entertainment is now being viewed as a genuine test of will, skill, and danger. Yet the headlines didn't stop there. Away from the gym, Gervonta "Tank" Davis dropped a revelation that stunned fight fans everywhere. In a recent appearance on the Cigar Talk podcast, he admitted he's always expected to eventually face another young powerhouse, Shakur Stevenson, inside the ring. That confession added another layer to the drama, hinting that this fight with Jake Paul might just be a stepping stone toward something much bigger. For sure. Yeah, he's definitely one of them, Tank said, repeating the line with conviction, leaving no doubt that a future showdown with Shakur Stevenson was on his radar. It sounded like a super fight in the making, something fans could count on eventually seeing. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, everything changed. In a recent post on social media, Davis did a complete 180, abruptly shutting down the idea altogether. No, I'll be helping their whole side, which I'm not doing. That, he wrote, making it clear he wanted no part in fueling anyone else's momentum. That sudden reversal sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Comment sections lit up with speculation. Was it frustration, strategy, or something deeper behind the scenes? But before anyone could settle on an answer, Davis dropped an even bigger hint. After his fight with Jake Paul, he might walk away from the sport entirely. Yes, you heard that right, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, one of boxing's most explosive and feared champions, is now suggesting that this crossover bout could mark the final chapter of his storied career. If that's true, this isn't just another main event, it's a potential farewell to one of boxing's most dominant forces. Think about that for a moment. One of the most electrifying fighters of his era possibly closing out his career against Jake Paul, a man still fighting for recognition as a true boxer. For Tank's loyal supporters, it feels almost poetic but painful, a mismatch of legacies, where a proven champion could be remembered for stepping into the ring with an outsider. For others, though, it's exactly what makes this fight so fascinating. Why would Gervonta Davis, a man with nothing left to prove, choose Jake Paul as his potential final opponent? Is there something strategic behind the decision, or does it signal that Davis is chasing something beyond belts and records, maybe cultural dominance or a statement about the sport itself? Either way, the speculation hasn't stopped. If the leaked training footage sent fans into a frenzy, the retirement rumors and opponent choice have completely blown the roof off. The boxing world's reaction has been split right down the middle, from veterans praising the move as a power play to critics calling it a publicity stunt. It's clear now, this fight isn't just about punches or paydays. It's about legacy, ego, and the unpredictable collision of two very different kinds of fame.
You got the internet excited when you say, yo, 6-7 more fights and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Roy Jones Jr., a living legend who's experienced every level of the fight game, weighed in, and his take caught everyone off guard. Instead of dismissing Tank vs. Jake as a circus act, Jones admitted he's genuinely intrigued. Coming from a man who shared the ring with some of the greatest to ever lace up gloves, that carries weight. Jones acknowledged the obvious, Jake Paul's got the size advantage. But he also made it clear that size alone won't save him. According to Jones, Gervonta Davis's combination of timing, precision, and knockout power could easily neutralize the difference and end the fight in brutal fashion. His words flipped the conversation. When a fighter of Roy Jones Jr.'s caliber gives a matchup like this serious attention, fans start listening. It's no longer just spectacle, it's strategy, skill, and the unpredictable edge that keeps boxing alive. But that endorsement also raised a bigger question. If even legends are taking this fight seriously, what does that say about how far the sport has evolved, or how far it's drifted from its roots?
State your case for being the face of boxing.
I ain't the face of boxing, fam. I'm just somebody that boxes.
Then came Terrence "Bud" Crawford, one of the most technically gifted and respected pound-for-pound fighters of this generation, and his perspective couldn't be more different. Crawford didn't mince words. He said flat out, "Jake's just too big for Tank." According to Crawford, sheer physics can't be ignored. Jake Paul's size, reach, and raw power make him a completely different kind of threat. He even pointed to Jake's devastating right hand, the same one that's dropped seasoned pros, and admitted he's witnessed that power firsthand. To Crawford, this isn't about skill or speed, it's about mass and muscle. And when a fighter with Tank's frame faces someone built like Jake, he believes the risk far outweighs the reward. His take added a dose of realism to the hype, a reminder that, no matter how much heart or talent you bring, weight classes exist for a reason.
They do it for real. Tank is highly capable of taking Jake Paul out. To Tank's credit, I'm interested in the Tank Jake Paul exhibition because I know for a fact Tank is capable, although he's small, he's capable of knocking Jake Paul out.
Crawford didn't hold back. In his view, this fight comes down to one thing: Jake by youth. He believes Paul's size, length, and physical strength will be the deciding factors once the bell rings. According to Crawford, it's simple math. Jake's reach advantage will keep Tank at bay, forcing him to fight from the outside, where his explosive counters won't land clean. Tank's dangerous, Crawford implied, but he won't be able to break through that jab. It was a blunt assessment from a fighter who knows what it takes to dominate across divisions. And coming from someone of Crawford's stature, that statement hit hard, shifting the conversation from hype to hard reality.
Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder.
Meanwhile, James Toney, never one to sugarcoat his opinions, made his feelings crystal clear. The former world champion didn't just criticize the matchup, he torched it. Calling it a straight-up joke, Toney said that in a genuine, no-nonsense fight, Gervonta, Tank Davis would put Jake Paul to sleep without breaking a sweat. But he didn't stop there. Toney went a step further, hinting that if the outcome turns out any other way, there might be something deeper in play, that strings could be getting pulled behind the scenes. His comments struck a nerve across the boxing community, reigniting old debates about money fights, influence, and whether the modern sport sometimes bends the rules of competition for the sake of spectacle. To Toney, this isn't just a mismatch, it's a warning sign of where boxing could be heading.
I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over with.